Dr. Tonoi, we're looking at the financial statement for this financial year. The purpose of the audit is to look at whether public funds were utilized in that particular year or not. And now the queries are out here. So we don't expect you to go into some fishing expedition looking for what happened thereafter. We want to know where this money, what happened to the finances or the public funds that were utilized by the corporation at that time. So we want to find out a number of things, like Chair, one, the response to bad weather or poor weather conditions, again, is not satisfactory, because it cannot be an excuse that either there was an El Nino or there was drought. That is not what we want to hear. We want to hear how the corporation was prepared to mitigate bad weather or the El Nino that came there, during that period. When you say it just happened that bad weather came through and we lost crops, we lost what? No. It seems the corporation is not doing what is expected of it. We have institutions that give early warnings. How do you utilize, as a corporation, those reports to prepare farmers or to prepare yourself for the ADC farms to be able to, mitigate the effect of bad weather? Those are the things we want to hear. When you launch, when you say you reconciled with the Kenya Commercial Bank on the interest expenses, and to make it even worse, the dates of that reconciliation is far too far from the year of review. So Chairman, there's a problem with the responses. They are not giving us exactly what happened, because that is where that is what we want to hear. What happened? Where is this money? We want to tell the public, because when this report goes to Parliament, the public will be watching to hear what happened to these millions of money that was lost in the corporation. Thank you, Chair.
You tried to respond to the current status, but that is not even the current status as we speak now. Number two, you've not responded to the question in audit. The question under audit, for example, the issue of interest. Look at the way this letter A1, for example. A1 is simply acknowledging and putting in various figures. You need to interpret. I want to engage the head of finance, because you could not be a man of numbers. You could be the CEO, but you're not a man of numbers. I want to engage the head of finance, and I want you to move forward and explain to us, if somebody gives you this letter today, and you use this letter as a response to the question raised under investigation, under review, that interest expenses contributed to your poor performance. How can you, if I give you this document today, this document is addressing a loan of 320 million. This document is addressing about 3-4 bank accounts with zero balances and instructing you on how to pay 10 million shillings per month. How do you attribute this as a restructure to interests? Correct. Yes. And what, in as much as you are making out of that decision, how are you arriving at it?
And then we give current status now that this is what we have done.
That's what I want from you.
So I think it's well noted, sir.
If we can go that route, and then the only option remaining is to step you down, reorganize your house. We should be able to invite you for another time, the way Mheshimiwa Nabwini is saying. But give the corporation secretary a comment. I don't know if she has gotten what is expected from you, your team?
We have received your guidance, and we will guide the management on the best way to handle the parliamentary responses. I think, Chair, the challenge was because of the period that this audit cycle was done, and we could only capture the mitigation measures that came thereafter, not during that period. But now we are guided on a better way to respond. Thank you, Chair.
Including yourself?
Yes, we were there in 2010. So
I feel
the issue, Chair, is it is the way we were guided also that, 2010 we were supposed to only give what you did after that.
CEO, I want to make a very serious warning that you are not a serious CEO. Because if you were there in 2010 and you wrote that letter which we asked you, you've carried yourself with the chair. You've responded to these issues in this manner. I want to believe you are part of the problem. Very seriously. Notwithstanding what capacity you are, but I feel then you are part of the problem that we have. And we will not stop at anything. I'm happy your cooperation secretary is the legal advisor to you. This is not a departmental committee. We are the committee that takes people to where they belong. And we will put our foot down. Thank you, Auditor, for raising that question. Now, we will not look at you like somebody who doesn't know, like somebody who is new. And Chairman, you must have misled the committee by saying we are all new. I took it like Tonui was new and everything was new. We will put our foot down. And one of our mandates is to force you, Tonui, to give us the information we want. We don't ask, we force you. Whether you go to the kitchen, you go above, we will force you to give us the evidence that we want, or you step out of that office. But we are not going to relent on that. I feel, colleagues, this is a big sham.
Yes, Chair, you're right. Because I alluded that you are new. And now, it seems to us that you grow in ranks to what you become. And those promotions on this kind of performance would be also be questionable. Highly questionable. Because, put yourself as a Kenyan trusted to some funds to use for the betterment of farmers in this case. And now, money has been lost or misappropriated or misused to the audit queries, and you cannot even respond to these queries, and you have been with the organization. Perhaps, Chair, it will also be interesting to know what position were you in 2010 in this corporation. That would be also of interest.
Honorable Chair, let me start by saying I think you are being unfair on us because
Yes.
we cannot take responsibility, issues of accountability for the people who are in management at that time.
Thank
I was
you.
still a very new officer. in
Thank you.
2010.
I want it to be very much on record that the witness has said the chair is unfair. And the witness has confirmed that he is not ready to take responsibility of the management at that time. Right? Let's proceed.
I'm sure for that time you have been that corporation that maybe you have gone for audit matters and you have transacted so many my audit matters. And for the purpose of you coming for this today meeting with the Public Investment Committee. And for that matter, you come with a chairman to this meeting so that so that he can be able to call the meeting and tell us we are all new and you are loss-making institution, not a profit making institution, and not a loss-making. It's a loss-making institution. And when you are coming, I'm sure you have a very good audit who organized what is needed from the audit that you have done. The audit have done from your office. So when you are coming here, you come here prepared with the document, knowing very well those people you are getting there, they are to investigate what was done that particular time. And when you come with that document, which was for 2014, 2013, knowing very well we are investigating for 2010, 2011, surely you are not taking us seriously, because we are there to do work for the people of this country. And we are being paid to do this work. And we are coming here, you are giving document which we can't work with it, knowing very well you have a very big office being paid by the taxpayers' money to do this work. And you can't give a document. And you come as a CEO with a very big delegation to give us document which can't help us. Surely, Madam CEO.
Mheshimiwa Nabwini.
What the responses that are given seems like we are not serious. But I want to say this, that the communication that we got from the clerk of the National Assembly.
I don't want you to go to communication. I just want you to say that is the position. Or
Yes,
not
yes,
the position.
because you
Fine,
see.
wait. And then tell me, who is going to give us the information that we want?
I will answer you that, Chair. We had the responses for that, but you know, audit was done in 2010.
I don't want you to set questions for the chair. Kenyans gave this office I hold the authority to question you. And that is why I sit here as your chair. I just want you to explain, now that you said you don't want to take responsibility for those who are there then. Tell me, who is going to give the evidence that we want from ADC for the year 2009-2010?
The response, I have not said that, Chair, I have not said that I cannot present the responses.
You are unanswered two things. You are unanswered and you are under oath. So be very, answer my questions. Yes, I've asked you yourself, you said, I, the chair, am unfair to you to the extent that, one, I want to hold you responsible for what you did not do in 2011, you are not there, instead, or in 2009-2010, the year under review. So my question to you is, whom do you want to hold responsible for the documentation of the year 2009-2010?
Chair, for the year 2009-2010, there were responses which were already there for those audit queries.
Where are the responses?
Yes, we had the original responses. But now, in your communication, you had said we liaise with the Office of the Auditor General for guidance on how to prepare responses to audit reservations.
Yes.
So we after when we had a meeting with them, we had to modify. But Chair, I know the responsibility that I have before this committee. It was just to bring and present the responses which were done at that time, because it was explaining what was happening at that time. So, because it was the issue of, it's not that there was any money lost that time as far as I'm concerned.
I don't want you to go into explanation. The auditor raised the issue.
Yes.
You have responded, and you have accused and said, I'm unfair to you to the extent that I want to hold you responsible for documentation which you are running away from. So I want you to tell me, whom do you want this committee to engage to get the documentation affecting the year 2009-2010?
On the issue of documentation and presenting the report, Chair, I did not say that I cannot do that. But what I was only saying, maybe on issues of accountability of the money, the losses which were made during that particular year.
Is there anyone who said that you are held accountable for the losses? You as Tonui?
Yeah, something came to that effect. But if that is the case,
Tonui,
Chair,
you are on Hansard, you are under oath.
if that is the case, Chair, let me withdraw and apologize for those remarks.
We are not accepting the withdrawal because you've wasted our whole 30 minutes. You are under oath, you are the CEO, and you have said we don't want to hold you responsible for the documentation, and I asked this question back again. You said, yes, I'm clarifying, you do not want. It's not you. So I don't want to take apologies for what is not relevant, because nobody has accused you that there is money lost, you took away the money. And on that note, then there is no, if you are not able to respond to what we want, you don't want to give us the evidence, then ours is to step you down and declare you that you're a hostile witness to us, and let the relevant standing orders apply to you. Because you don't want to give evidence, you don't want to be held accountable.
Chair, nobody has said that we don't want to present the report. I think you are
Tonui,
also continuing to be unfair to us.
Respect the law.
Yes.
Respect the law, and we have said we declare you Tonui as our hostile witness to the committee. We step you down and let the relevant standing orders apply. That concludes the sitting of the day. We'll take it up from there.